Are you inviting me on a date?
I knew you'd bring me along.
Are you inviting me on a date?
Let's go.
Are you inviting me on a date? Are you inviting me on a date?
Gilbert! Wakey wakey!
It's time to leave.
Like the moon advancing to the full.
Let the fluid flow. This is gonna hurt. Gilbert, wakey wakey.
Are you inviting me on a date? Are you inviting me on a date?
I knew you'd bring me along.
Let me provide medicine for the battles to come. Are you inviting me on...
Are you taking me out?
Are you inviting me on a date?
Are you taking me out to play? Pinky promise, no backsies.
Are you inviting...
Are you inviting me?
Are you taking me out to play? Pinky promise, no backsies. Finally! You're such a past outsider, making me stand watch here. This Demon King's great talents are meant for leading hunts, not keeping tabs on that gloomy man.
That's because you have a special gift for acting by stealth, Your Majesty. Look at us, all big and clumsy. We'd be spotted by Henrik in no time.
Smart of you to have recognized my greatness. Wait, that's just a roundabout way of calling me short.
No, not at all. You're the tallest and mightiest. The towering Ice Lake gates were practically built for you. Shh, he's coming out.
Right on 8 o'clock. If he ever changes careers again, he could offer time-telling services in the town square.
Stick to the original plan. Snow and I will tail Henrik, and outsider, you sneak into Henrik's office through the chimney. We'll meet up at your doorstep afterwards.
Got it.
Are you inviting me on a date? Are you inviting me on a date?
I knew you'd bring me along.
Are you inviting me on a date?
Let me provide medicine for the battles to come.
I knew you'd bring me along. Did you see that? Henrik just threw something in there. This has gotta be his horrible secret. You stay here. I'll go fish it out.
Snow, get back here! This water is freezing, even for a Charon.
This is nothing for us, Luno. I'm going in. Got it! It's a small box. Could Henrik be hiding some treasure inside? Now comes the most exciting moment! Through great trials and hardships, the Demon King and her minion finally retrieved a precious treasure from the deep waters. With hopeful hearts and anxious breaths, they opened the box, only to find... Huh? It's empty!
No, it's not really empty. It previously held something. Some sort of powder, perhaps.
Powder? Why would Henrik bother to put a box of powder in the water? That's so strange.
No idea, but something feels really off. Let's go back and see how Outsider is doing.
I got all covered in soot. Fina's going to make a fuss about it when I get home. Anyway, finally made it in. The Slumber Project. What's this? September 3rd. Carolina Brown. October 29th. Hunt Clark. November 25th. Psyche Frey.
Mr. Henrik, you're back. Here's a cup of hot water for you to warm up a bit.
Drat. Henrik's back.
Are you inviting me on a date? Are you inviting me on a... Are you inviting me on a... I knew you'd bring me along.
Are you saying Psyche is in danger?
Hunt appeared on that list after he went missing. I fear things didn't end well for him. And I'm worried your friend Psyche might be next. Henrik came back at a bad time. If I had just a few more minutes. It's my fault. I wasted too much time with that chimney. Damn it. I knew he was up to no good.
What do we do now? Psyche is a good girl. We have to find a way to save her.
I'm going to the Hypnos house right now.
Don't rush into it. We still have 5 days. So let's go back and get prepared first.
No, it's always better to act sooner rather than later to save someone. I can't just...
Just stand there, helplessly watching her leave. Right?
How did you know?
Just a guess. You seem pretty shaken up, tossing all caution and reservation to the wind all of a sudden. She means a lot to you, doesn't she?
Imagine being thrown into a foreign land all alone, feeling unwanted and helpless. Then someone reaches out and encourages you to hang in there for good things to happen. If this person were in danger, you'd do anything to help too.
Maybe you're right. The bitterness of failure after trying beats the endless regret of, why wasn't I braver back then? But remember, being brave doesn't mean acting recklessly. Being brave is saying, I'm aware of all the possible endings of this path, and I accept them all. And I tread this path with no regrets, and nothing will change my mind.
Thank you. I've calmed down. I'll make some preparations. But tomorrow, I still need to go see Psyche. Don't worry, I've eased things with Henrik. I'll just pretend I don't know anything.
Okay. We'll also need a plan after we rescue those lodgers. You're not familiar with Ice Lake, so I'll handle that.
we going on a private date? Finally received your invitation. Much time has passed since I arrived at this place, and I'd been wondering how long you were going to keep this poor, wandering perfumer waiting. You should know, even the most passionate heart cannot burn forever. Indifference will extinguish those flames, leaving it hard and cold. You left me out in the cold. Fate is so cruel for giving me a romance that begins with the coldest of shoulders. Between you and me, of course. Who else's eyes are looking deep into each other at this very moment? Don't be so surprised. You might treat me as a temporary guest staying over at your place, but for me, every encounter is a story waiting to unfold, especially when it's you. Don't look away. Your wine-red eyes reflect possibilities of our future. Within this intoxicating haze, we shall share a duet of love or a walk in my aroma garden. You will eventually sway to my passions, and every inch of you shall bear my scent. When that moment comes, fate shall reveal if you are indeed the destined one. You don't even need to make your own move for all this to happen. Just submit and follow my lead, and I shall let you experience a love of utmost purity and sweetness. I understand your concerns, but you should know that no law or tradition dictates the number of days one must wait for love to sprout. Of course, if you wish to refuse, then just treat today's encounter as a scented dream that I have carefully concocted for you. But I want you to know that I, Rebecca the Wandering Perfumer, am always seeking my destined life partner. When I finally find the one, I shall share countless moments and sweet words with them, and we will never be apart. I know it is difficult, for I am enshrouded in a warm layer of sweet venom. Though the coating protects me, it renders me incapable of receiving intimate hugs or loving kisses. But I never give up. I strongly believe that if this land gave birth to a freak like me, it must have given birth to another who can withstand my venom and accept me for who I am. And you, my darling with wine-red eyes, you showed me the potential in this. So let's consider this very moment as our very first date. A sweet little gift for your sincerity. You can refuse, but then my venom will seal your tongue to safeguard my secret forever. Which one do you prefer? Are we going on a private date?
Unless you have a task for me.
to act casually when I see Psyche, to avoid suspicion. Psyche, are you crying?
Sorry. I just...
What happened?
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's you.
What's going on? What happened to Psyche?
She's sick and needs treatment. And she needs some time to rest. It's nothing serious, but please leave her alone for the next few days.
Psyche, would you like to go out for a walk with me? Let's go outside for some fresh air. Don't be afraid.
I want to go to the Lamenting Lake.
Sure, I'll go with you.
Mr. Henrik, may I go out for a walk? Don't worry, it won't take long. I promise to come back shortly.
Go ahead. But remember what I've told you.
I understand.
If anything happens to Psyche, you won't have a second chance to leave Ice Lake. Keep that in mind.
It sounds like a steam whistle. Is there a train passing by? That's nice. Do the passengers have lights on? Are the windows looking pretty and warm, like tiny flames in a fireplace?
Your eyes! When did you lose your sight?
When was it? Let's not talk about that. There's a place I'd like to visit. Could you come with me? It's by the Lamenting Lake, near an old tree stump. My dad once took me there when I was little. It's been so long.
Here we are.
Could you open it?
This is
It's called a camera. An amazing treasure. Dad gave it to me when I was 4. That year, he had managed to grow beautiful lamenting lake bellflowers. A wealthy man from the inner city loved the flowers and gave this camera to Dad, which he then gave to me as a birthday gift. But I cherished it too much to actually play with it. I thought, if I buried this precious treasure in the ground, it would sprout many more cameras by harvest time. Then our family would become rich, and my parents wouldn't have to work so hard. So I came here alone and sewed it. I was quite silly back then. When Mum and Dad found out about this later, they didn't get mad at me. Instead, they said, "Let's dig it up on your coming of age as a gift to your future self." Thank you for keeping me company these past days, but I don't have anything valuable to give you. Please, take this camera as a gift from me. I no longer need it because of my eyes, but your journey is still long. Please see the world for me with your eyes. Since we're already here, how about a little stroll around the lake? When I was little, Dad would sometimes bring me here for walks. Despite the occasional hide and seek with the Filthoids, I always looked forward to coming here because I loved the floating ice and mountains here. And more so, I loved watching the trains roar by.
You like trains?
Yeah, I'm fascinated by their destination. The South. I've read that it's nothing like Ice Lake. The sun's warmer there, and you get to see seasons change. When spring comes, the ice and snow melt away, and there are flowers everywhere, even in the wilds. I always dreamed that if I could catch a train, I could actually get there. Dad told me it was not a dream we could afford.
Because you're Charons?
Yes. And also because Mum and Dad are just ordinary gardeners. We were poor and didn't have the means to board that train. So, the day you showed up at the door of the Hypnos house, I was thrilled. I'd never met anyone outside Ice Lake. I've always secretly wondered what your homeland is like. Have you seen the ocean with your own eyes? Is it as large as 100 lakes put together? If only I could also see it for myself. Look at me, almost just 18 and still daydreaming like a child.
Listen, Psyche. It can be more than just a dream. Besides Berry, you were the first one to be so kind to me. I've always wanted to do something for you. There's no one else here, so tell me, have you been under threat? You can trust me, no matter how scary the enemy may be. I'll protect you. I'm a stranger here. I can take you away, just like the day we went to the pit together. Once I find Berry, we can go to my hometown in the south, build little houses by the sea and grow flowers around our homes. When spring comes and the flowers bloom, your eyes will heal. Every day the sun will shine so brightly that you might even find yourself missing Ice Lake's snow. Oh, it might be a slight damper on your dream, but are you scared of bugs? The ones in the south are bigger and noisier.
Thank you. I'm not under threat. It's just that... I just can't leave Ice Lake, no matter what.
Psyche!
Henrik!
It's not safe outside the city. You've been out too long.
Sorry. I'll head back now.
Psyche, keep in mind what I said. If you decide to trust me, meet me by the signpost south of the Hypnos house at 2 a.m.
Goodbye.
Can't leave Ice Lake. What does she mean by that? Not a clue. I'll just have to go back and see what happens.
Are you inviting me on a date?
Fine, I'll humor you. Fine, I'll humor you.
Are you inviting... Are you inviting me on a date?
Who goes there? Stay back, or I'll shoot.
Break free from the cocoon. Sorry.
All right, I surrender. But it wasn't me, I swear.
It's you!
All right, I trust you, Miss Camilla. But remember, keep a close eye on this kid and don't let her stir up any trouble in town. If the chief finds out about this, we'll both be in for it. Damn, didn't expect to run into you. Do me a favor, miss. Keep this between us, will you?
Who is this?
All right, here's your money back. I haven't had a decent meal in days, so I got desperate. I'm sorry.
You executed him. I don't think he deserves this.
keep it down. I told you it wasn't me. I was just trying to sneak the body out. My name's Kevin. We've met before. I'm in the outskirts escort. And this poor soul here is Hal, my old neighbour. We've known each other since we were kids. He lost his mother at an early age and had been getting into countless brawls ever since. My family doesn't allow me to interact with Charons, but he was an old friend from when I was a kid, so I'd sometimes help him out. One day he came to me, acting all weird. I thought he'd racked up debts again, or that he came to moan about being hit by his drunkard dad. But to my surprise, he said he was showing signs of deterioration.
What exactly is deterioration?
As a Charon, you don't know about deterioration. Are you really a native? Oh, right. Camilla did mention something about that. Makes sense then. So, deterioration is a peculiar disease that only Charons might suffer from. Once you've got it, there's no cure. You folks usually awaken some kind of power around your teens, but not everyone's that lucky. There are always a few poor wretches who somehow get it wrong and turn into filthoids, but way stronger than the regular filthoids out there. A whole escort might not even be able to take one down. If a deteriorator appears in the city, the entire neighborhood is doomed. Now you get why so many people hate Charons, right? Everyone says it's the evil magic coursing through Charon veins that brings such disaster. The deteriorators are considered the most evil among all Charons. Honestly, I'm not entirely sold on this, but how come such a rare thing had to happen to Hal? About 2 weeks ago, he came to me all in a flap. But what could I do? Harbouring a deteriorator is as serious a crime as sheltering a member of the Forsakens. One slip and you're done for. All I could do was give him some food and tell him to sort himself out. Later, I heard he got nabbed for stealing, and when they found out he was a deteriorator, they took him straight to the security bureau. Like I said, there's no cure for deteriorators, so what else could happen? They get handed over to the escort, and then, well, you know. He pretty much had it coming, but still, we were friends for a few years. I couldn't bear the thought of him lying in a cold morgue, so I sneaked him out. I was going to bury him by Lamenting Lake, right next to his mother.
Hold on, I'm curious. What symptoms would appear between the onset of deterioration and its full development?
I wouldn't know, but I have heard that some would turn extremely violent, and some poor souls would gradually lose their senses, like going blind or deaf or something perhaps. This is all just hearsay though. If you're curious about it, best ask a doctor. But it seems to me you've awakened already successfully. Why do you care?
Oh, I got a little dizzy and didn't see the step. Thank you. I suddenly couldn't see clearly back there and ended up startling that monster. I'm so sorry.
Your eyes? When did you lose your sight?
When was it?
Could Psyche's sight loss be a symptom of deterioration? Could all the lodgers at the Hypnos house be deteriorators? Sir, I'd like to inquire about someone, and I hope you'll be frank and supportive. See this camera? If you refuse, I might just hand it over to the Security Bureau. They'd surely be interested.
Come on, cut me some slack. If you're digging for some military secrets, you don't need to corner a mere foot soldier like me. I'm basically just a gatekeeper.
Do you know anything about Henrik Ethelred, the owner of the Hypnos house in the north of the city? I mean anything about him. I'd like to hear it all.
Henrik Ethelred? Isn't he just an inn owner? My superior does have some connection with him. He's got a bit of a history, but has been a law-abiding citizen these past years. Oh, that man's got quite the temper. Not a rare occasion he's shut the door on travellers, but that's just how he is. Even back in his proper job days, he wasn't a nice guy either. Though at least back then, he had his family to keep him in check. Well, it was, some 14, 15 years ago. Henrik Ethelred committed a murder up in Scarlet River, Flagson. The victim was a Charon, one with signs of deterioration, as I just said. Not a major crime, though, so he only served a few months before getting released.
Why would he do that?
I don't know, but everyone would fear and despise a deteriorator, I guess. I just heard this from my superior. It's been a long time and it didn't happen locally, so don't hold it against me if I've got some details wrong. The older folks in Icelake all know that Henrik was once a renowned doctor. Quite the skilled medic he was. Even the nobles from the inner city would go to him. But then something happened, and he shut down his clinic at the height of his fame, only to reopen it as an inn a couple of years later. Come to think of it, that was right around the time he got in trouble in Scarlet River. He had a wife and a daughter. They were just an ordinary family of 3. But then his wife passed away quite early, and he raised his daughter on his own. As for his daughter, what's her name? Heidi, Haley, I don't quite remember. Anyway, she went on a trip to Scarlet River with Henrik, but never returned with him. He never talks about his daughter. One year my superior asked about her over drinks, and Henrik just smashed his glass and stormed off. I swear, I've told you everything I know. Can you please let me off now? Just give me the film. Damn it. You look nice. How could you be so cunning?
Well, take care, sir.
Hey, you just gonna leave like that? Where are you going? Oi! You promised not to tell anyone, didn't you? You have to stick to your word.
It is all set. I've squared things with a friend from the inner city. He will send his coach around here tonight. Once Psyche shows up, we'll take her out of town and lay low for a while. Henrik wouldn't dare rob a noble's coach. After that, we'll have to play it by ear.
You really have a wide network, don't you?
Ha! Gotta make the most of all the crap I've been through these years. But are you sure she'll come?
I'm not sure. Anyway, if she doesn't show up, we'll go with Plan B.
We break into the Hypnos house and confront Henrik. Ha! Sounds like the story of a hero from some pulp novel. But don't get your hopes up. Even if we manage to save Psyche today, she won't last much longer. Remember the thing we saw in the pit? That's her inevitable fate.
One thing at a time.
Right. Speaking of which, aren't the deteriorators usually handled by the escort? What on earth has Henrik gone through to end up doing things like this?
I might have figured out why.
Henrik used to be a doctor, but he shut down his practice for some reason. He had a daughter, but she went missing in Scarlet River, and Henrik murdered a deteriorator in Scarlet River.
Right. More importantly, these 3 events happened in the same year, so they must be connected.
And the lodgers at the Hypnos house are likely all deteriorators. I see what you're getting at. Henrik's daughter was likely killed in Scarlet River, possibly by a deteriorator, sparking Henrik's deep-seated hatred towards them, which hasn't faded even after so many years. So, he somehow managed to control some of the deteriorators and administer his own brand of justice. That's your conclusion, right?
Yes. But regardless of what he's gone through, or what the deteriorators would eventually become, we must.
Did you hear that? Screams from the direction of the Hypnos house.
Let's go.
You're finally here! You've no idea how scary it was!
Was that you shrieking just now? What happened?
I was just keeping watch here as you asked me to, and just like you expected, Psyche came out. I ran to her, ready to take her to you. But she suddenly lunged at me, looking all scary. Lucky I was quick on my feet, but was that really Psyche? She was nothing like her usual self, more like a wild beast.
Oh no, the deterioration started.
Please help us! Mr. Henrik is in really bad shape.
What?
Please help us. Follow me. Over here! Mr. Henrik's in his office.
Henrik. He's still breathing. Snow, see if you can find any bandages or strips of cloth. Anything.
Don't waste your time on me. I deserve this. Please. You...
Don't bother, he's a goner. Let him finish his last words.
You have to stop Psyche.
Stop her.
The Hypnos house shelters deteriorators. Those abandoned by fate. Their destined end was supposed to be a cold bullet.
Right. In Hyperborea, any Charon showing signs of deterioration will be taken away immediately to prevent them from turning into filthoids. Wait. Are you saying...
Their families didn't have the heart to see, so they hoped that I could help end their misery in a decent, gentle way. Just like how I sent away Haley.
Are you saying the deteriorator who was killed in Scarlet River was your daughter, Haley?
You know about that too. That was merely the last desperate struggle of a father in despair.
We've been wrong about you all along. We're truly sorry, Mr. Henrik.
Do not forgive. I brought them to sleep. This is my unforgivable sin.
Then what happened to Psyche?
I tried with the Crystal of Stella, but still couldn't avert deterioration. I was supposed to let her go, like all the others. But that child was so special. She knew what was coming, yet she's always worn a smile. For months, she shone like a ray of sunlight in this God-forsaken place. Just like my Haley. I'm old. I couldn't do it again.
So, in your hesitation, you missed the last window. Psyche lost her mind, attacked you, and ran away.
How come... I can't believe all this.
Your demons. You can stop that child. She has such a gentle soul. Hurting others is the last thing she'd want. Please, save Psyche. Save my Haley.
Mr. Henrik! Oh!
Let's go. We must hurry.
Are you off to find Psyche? Please take this with you. Psyche often gave us flowers. Even though some of us can barely smell or see them clearly anymore, she kept doing it, saying flowers bring good luck. But by the time I wanted to return her kindness, it was already too late. Please bring this flower to her. It's her favorite. And let her know that everyone at the Hypnos house is waiting for her.
I will. I'm going to do everything I can to save her.
Or at the very least, stop her from doing something she'd regret.
sunshine. Blow them away. Yeah.
This is the quickest way. Let's cross the floating ice. Watch your step. The water's quite deep here.
Hang in there, Psyche. I'm coming.
Don't waste your energy. Resonance cannot stop deterioration. She's lost her mind. Get ready to fight!
Psyche, can you hear me? Talk to me, Psyche.
Come closer.
You said it yourself. There's so much you want to do. You'll leave Ice Lake for those unseen places. You'll go to a small island where you can build a house by the sea and grow white flowers around it. Talk about the snow in Ice Lake with your friends while shading yourself with a wide-brimmed sun hat. Talk to me, Psyche.
Some like flowers.
Let the feeling flow. Run in the sweet aroma. Feel better soon.
Is this my home? Honey, look. Psyche is smiling at us.
I wonder whether this child's birth in this world was a blessing or a curse.
Yes, we weren't born with blessings.
Psyche. Can you hear me? Talk to me, Psyche.
Are they trying to tell me not to fall asleep like this?
Mom, I promised Psyche I'd bring her home today to play with blocks.
Who says you can play with her? How many times have I told you to stay away from these unclean people? Do you want to get killed by dark magic? Ugh, now these blocks are all dirty. Throw them away, now.
That day, feeling wronged and confused, I bathed all night until my skin bled. Please, sir, you've got it all wrong. My daughter is a good girl. She knows better than to steal a necklace and hide it in a flower pot.
Save it. Is there even one Charon kid who isn't light-fingered? All right. If she's so innocent, she can prove it. Just smash all the flower pots here. That'll clear things up.
It's all because we are demons' children. Why? She's such a kind child. And we've always been decent, law-abiding people. Why did this happen to us?
At this point, there's nothing left but to turn to Dr. Henrik Ethelred. It's the last thing we can do for her.
Mom, Dad, I'm sorry. It's all meaningless. You bring these things to me every day, but what difference do they make?
Psyche, you should know what it means to be sent here.
Yes, I'm aware. But are we just living for some kind of meaning? You've witnessed your entire life. A cursed beginning and a meaningless end. It's all meaningless. How you've always appeased others with a fake smile. Are you really that selfless? No. You're just cowardly, begging for their pity, and for them to remember you as before you turned into a monster. It's all meaningless. Their fleeting pity and memories will soon wither and decay with time, leaving you rotting in the ground, utterly forgotten. Just be a beast. None of this absurdity can hurt you anymore. You, demon's child. Just be a beast. You, demon's child. Just be a beast. You, demon's child. My time has already come to an end. It's you.
Stand up. Don't yield to this cold, unfeeling world.
You are the pride of our life.
Psyche, in all the trouble, we'll be best friends for life.
We'll wait for your return.
Please have mercy on me. Let me help her over this wish.
This flower will heal. It will bloom for blood.
Like a small island where you can build a house by the sea and grow white flowers around it. Psyche, I'm here to take you home.
Pain and hatred have been my acquaintances. They've wearied and aggrieved me. Yet, I find joy in having existed in this world. This is my choice.
Psyche, do you remember what your deepest wish has always been?
Yes, I remember now. I've always wanted to leave this place and see the world. To find a warm place where flowers always bloom. I wish to make it there. I will make it there.
I'm here to take you home.
I've still ended up hurting you all. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Let's go home together. They wanted me to tell you. They're all waiting for you.
Home. But it's already too late.
Outsider, aren't you a know-it-all? Didn't you say your brain was 1,000,000 times smarter than mine? Do something now!
It's too late. She's fatally wounded. She won't make it, even as a Filthoid.
What? Little Minion, did you really have to hit her that hard?
No, it wasn't her. It was me. I don't want to live like this.
Chin up, Psyche. You said you dreamt of a place warm and full of blooming flowers. You've said it yourself. Flowers bring good luck.
Yes, it must be a beautiful place.
No, don't just take my word for it. You have to see it for yourself.
Do you know why I love flowers? 'Cause they're seeds, carried by the gentle wind, travel to distant lands, over city walls and mountains. Nothing can stop them. I have one last wish.
I'm all ears.
The deteriorator has been eliminated.
Good. The hostages are safe. The deteriorator headed towards the outskirts, so no casualties were caused. Luck is on our side this time. Greetings. I am Rhythm Fisher, warrant officer of the Cocytus Escort of the 6th Legion. I received an alert of a deterioration outbreak in the northern periphery. The deteriorator is a grave threat. It's unclear if it's truly dead or merely in a dormant state. Immediate evacuation is advised. We'll take over from here.
No need, ma'am. We've taken care of it before you came. It's dead as a doornail now. No need to waste more of your bullets.
It's dead. No signs of life indeed. That explains why the target was more stable than the average filthoids. Although... was it just the two of you? You look like fox hunters from your outfits. Am I right?
Precisely.
That's not it. Mum, during my earlier scouting, though from a distance, I saw these Charons using magic. They might be accomplices of the Deteriorator. These low-life beings, all wicked sorcerers, they should all be... I'm not saying... I was just referring to them, Mum. I'm not saying that all Charons are... Anyway, I didn't mean anything by it.
Punishing the guilty shouldn't affect the innocent. We appreciate your support of the Legion. Please come with us to the Security Bureau. We shall offer you handsome rewards. Dispose of the Deteriorator ASAP to avert public alarm.
Don't touch her. She was trying to keep away from the crowds. That's why she ran towards the outskirts so desperately. Even in her last moments, she was still trying to do something for others. What do you mean by dispose of? How could you even?
What did you say? Are you all right? Should I arrange a military medic for you?
Not at all, Mom. My friend is just a bit shaken up. We'll be fine after a few warm drinks at the Asphodel. We'll talk about the reward another time. Got another commission to attend to.
Let's leave.
I thought you wouldn't act so recklessly anymore. Yet you remain true to yourself, which isn't bad. This is you. You've just said goodbye to a brave young lady. I can't let you risk yourself as well.
Thanks for covering for me back there.
There's nothing to thank me for. After all these years, I've changed from a hedgehog to a rat, living only to see another day. Don't end up like me. A hedgehog retains its dignity, so it's better to leave the groveling to the rat. It's okay if you want to cry. Just let it all out. The wind here is so strong, I can't hear a thing. Even if I hear some noise, it's just the sparrows chirping. I've seen this kind of thing countless times, but I tell myself, we've only got one night for tears. Anyway, pull yourself together. That girl would surely wish you to face tomorrow with a smile. Even if we were once deceived by this world.
You've embarked on your journey. Perhaps you've explored new places and have made new friends. You seem sad.
Yes. I had a sad dream. Well, I'm not sure if it was a dream. I feel like I've lost something important.
Trying hard to hold on to something, yet it slips away like sand through our fingers. Time and life, it's all like this. To be born is to be destroyed. To meet is to part ways. The only thing that ever lasts in this world is oblivion.
Where are you going?
Like you, I'm starting my own journey.
Wait. Who are you?
My name is... Our paths may cross again one day.
Once again, in the collapsing dream, that voice whispered through the wind. Only this time, I finally made it out. Like tree roots eagerly absorbing every drop of water, I endeavored to engrave that name in my mind. That name is...